Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. Not to be outdone by Disney with the departure of their diversity boss LaTondra Newton, as I had talked about in a video that I had released over a week ago, Warner Bros. Discovery and Netflix have each fired their diversity bosses, and the one at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences has resigned. So what's going on? Are studios and the Academy finally figuring out that pushing a continuous overdose of diversity down everyone's throats in virtually everything isn't necessarily a smart business strategy? Amazingly, all of these so-called diversity bosses were black women. Go figure. But don't get me wrong. I agree that diversity and representation are important, but that doesn't mean that well-known beloved characters have to be race-swapped, nor does every single protagonist now have to be an unrealistic strong woman trope, with male characters deliberately being portrayed as being weak and stupid. It's too much. And it's been too much for too long. Yesterday, The Hollywood Reporter reported that Warner Bros. Discovery had laid off their diversity boss, Karen Horn. The company claims that the cut was not due to cost-cutting, but is the result of a reorganization of the division. Maybe the intent of the reorganization was to get rid of Horn. That would be my guess. Horn's departure is not a result of cost-cutting measures, according to a memo sent by Warner Bros. Discovery's Chief Global Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer, Asif Sadik, but is rather due to reorganization of the division, which is meant to focus more on, quote, employee-related initiatives, unquote. The DEI team will search for a new group vice president to oversee North America and employee DEI initiatives, and a new group vice president internationally, resulting in an expansion of the team. In a company memo, Sadik wrote, quote, importantly, these changes do not alter our commitment to our plans for pipeline programs and content-driven initiatives. These are fundamental pillars of our DEI strategy and will continue to be areas of investment and focus, unquote. Yes, Warner Bros. Discovery is trying to spin her firing as best they can to avoid public accusations. However, the layoff comes amid a trend of departures from DEI positions in the industry. Earlier this week, Netflix disclosed that Verna Myers, who worked on the company's inclusion and diversity initiatives for the past 5 years, would be departing the company in September. She will be succeeded by her vice president, Wade Davis. What, a guy? Verna Myers, who joined the Los Gatos-based company in August 2018, had been tasked with implementing diversity, equity, and inclusion strategies across the service company-wide and promoting representation on screen and behind the camera. You mean with garbage shows like Jada Pinkett Smith's race-swapped Queen Cleopatra that Netflix claimed was a documentary and upset the entire nation of Egypt, Egyptologists, and people who want history to be told honestly, as I have talked about in several recent videos? Myers will stay on as an advisor to Netflix via her own consulting firm, the Verna Myers Company, which provides DEI training to corporate workforces. Maybe her exit is tied to just how deservedly badly received that stupid Queen Cleopatra show was. And what's this? Film Academy's Executive Vice President of Impact and Inclusion, Janelle English, resigns. Is this a pattern or something? Janelle English has resigned from her role as Executive Vice President of Impact and Inclusion at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences a year after beginning in that position. English was promoted to the then newly created position in July 2022, reporting directly to Academy CEO Bill Kramer. She led the organization's initiatives to address underrepresentation across the industry and oversaw its talent development programs known as Academy Gold. Prior to being Executive Vice President, English served as Vice President of Impact and Operations for 8 months and as the head of the Office of Representation, Inclusion, and Equity for a year. I released a video back in May about Oscar award-winning actor Richard Dreyfuss criticizing the Academy's now mandated diversity quotas for any movie in order for it to be even considered for Best Picture. And I said in that video that they should rename the Best Picture award as the Best Identity Politics Award, since that's all it's actually going to mean starting next year. All of these diversity boss departures occurring at the same time doesn't look like mere coincidence. This looks like Hollywood may be starting to wake up to the demonstrable reality that when you go woke ad nauseum, you go broke, as movies and TV shows that are far more interested in pushing woke identity politics are failing. And there's no more denying the failures, including this latest Indiana Jones movie that opened in theaters yesterday, Indiana Jones and the Dildo of Destruction, in which Kathleen Kennedy's self-insert brunette strong woman character played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge is the Indiana Jones equivalent to her brunette self-insert Mary Sue strong woman character in Star Wars, Rey Palpatine as played by Daisy Ridley. And who's the other common element between these two franchises? Why, none other than Harrison Ford, who was turned into a deadbeat loser dad separated from his wife in Star Wars to a loser dad whose wife left him in Indiana Jones and the Dildo of Destruction. Kathleen Kennedy always has to destroy the patriarchy, including Indiana Jones, and it, like Star Wars, was created by George Lucas. And her efforts over the past decade helped to lay the groundwork for all of the forced overdose of woke identity politics that's destroying Hollywood's ability to make money today. Maybe it's time for Kathleen Kennedy to join the other purveyors of forced identity politics in major Hollywood studios by leaving Lucasfilm. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.